Hello and welcome to another Overpaid Over the Bar video with me, Anthony, looking back at the second round matches in the 2026 World Cup, forward to the third round, and also looking at my wild card that I'm planning to play in the third round of matches, which starts this evening. I'm recording this on Wednesday, the 24th of June. And let's first of all just recap quickly on the matches that have just the round of matches that's just finished. So in Group A, Mexico continue to dominate. In Group B, there will be a final game between Switzerland and Canada, which will decide the group winner. Both those teams have qualified for the next round. And in Group C, uh, both Morocco and Brazil look poised to get 7 points in this group because they should beat Morocco should beat Haiti and Brazil should beat Scotland. So there shouldn't be any problem with either of those. Whoever finishes top of the group will be decided on goal difference, I suppose. Then in Group D, USA continued to play well. Not only did they win, they also looked very nice as well. Good to watch again, even without Pulisic. Beat Australia. Turkey have absolutely shamed themselves with defeats against unexpected. Well, I wouldn't have expected them anyway to lose those two games that they've lost to Australia and Paraguay. They are out of the tournament. In Group E, Germany's second win wasn't simple against Cote d'Ivoire. Cote d'Ivoire almost took them there. That was a great game, actually, one of the many great games in the second round of matches. But Germany have 6 points already through, I think, as group winners to the next phase. The final game between Ecuador and Germany is an important one for Ecuador because they've only got 1 point, I think, while Cote d'Ivoire will be looking to beat Curacao and finish second in the group. Okay, so Group F, Netherlands thrashed Sweden. Again, great to watch, lots of goals. Sweden really went for it, even if they were losing, they kept going for it, and it was a good game. Perhaps not 5-1 in terms of the difference, but really, nice entertainment that was. I think on a Saturday or a Sunday we had. That was lovely. And Japan beat Tunisia expectedly 4-0. So Japan and Netherlands looking to win the group. So Japan play Sweden in the last game. Netherlands play Tunisia. And then in Group G, Belgium are really messing this up. They drew with Iran, while Egypt topped the group with 4 points, having beaten New Zealand. So they're in a strong position, certainly qualified for the next round, maybe even as group winners. Belgium will play New Zealand in the final game, and well, we'll see how that goes. H. Now, I said Uruguay may not have it easy against Cabo Verde. That was definitely the game of the tournament so far. Cabo Verde just totally went for this game. I mean, they didn't just defend, they really did try and hit Uruguay as well. Had a few chances apart from the two goals they scored. Uruguay really probably should have won on the balance of play, but made some stupid mistakes. And Cabo Verde are on 2 points. I have a feeling they're not going to make it, but they do play Saudi in the last game, and Saudi Arabia looked awful against Spain, who have sparked back to life. Difficult to say who's going to win that game. It's certainly going to be interesting to watch. Cabo Verde against Saudi Arabia. I would love to see Cabo Verde win that, but let's see what happens. Group I, France storming through against Iraq, 6 points. Norway have 6 points, and they play each other in the final game to decide the group winner. Senegal will be hoping to beat Iraq and go through as a third place team, but that won't be easy because they'll only have 3 points should they do that. J, Jordan, Group J is for Jordan. They lost to Algeria. Argentina with this very easy group beating an awful. I thought Austria were technically poor against Argentina. Was not impressed at all. Argentina already qualified. They will rotate for their final fixture. No doubt Messi, I'm sure will. Well, I mean, it seems that coaches can't take their star players off the field at this World Cup. But it would seem that Messi may not start in the final game. Uh, I'm not sure. Just I'll check who that's against later. But they've got they've got 6 points and cannot be usurped as group winners. So Group K, Portugal came to life. Now, I said I didn't think Ronaldo was the problem in the first game. It was more the rest of the team. And this team, in this game, everybody showed up. Great team performance from Portugal. I mean, lots of individuals all over the pitch. I especially love Nuno Mendes. I thought Cristiano on the Nuno Mendes free kick was fantastic. I think that was his best thing he did in the whole game was pretending to take that free kick and then Nuno Mendes slamming it in with his left foot because the whole world was looking at Cristiano Ronaldo going, "You're going to miss," and Nuno Mendes steps up and slams it with his left foot. I love that goal. And they have one more game to come in this group against Colombia, which won't be easy. They beat Congo, DRC, and that'll be an interesting game, Portugal, Colombia. Portugal, we don't really know how strong they are yet. We don't know how problematic Ronaldo will be yet. I think the group stage won't test that anyway. And as I've said before, I think they could do well with Ronaldo playing in that position because he sticks to his position. He doesn't try and come back and get the ball when it's outside his position, which is what he has done in the past for teams when they've tried to put him up front. He's trying to be a team player. I love the way he signaled to the crowd after the free kick by Nuno Mendes with his tapping his head, going, "You see, I'm clever." I thought that was really funny. Okay, in Group L, this was last night for me. I'm recording on Wednesday. This was Tuesday evening. Now, I, of course, forgot that Carlos Queiroz of Ghana, the manager, the Portuguese manager of Ghana, is one of the most defensive coaches in the world, which I should have mentioned in the preview. And we know that from watching his Egypt team, especially in AFCONs, just grinding out nil-nils and 1-nils over time. And actually, I have to say, if I wasn't English, I probably would have enjoyed Ghana's defensive display in this game because they were really at England. They didn't just cover the spaces well, they were biting at they looked how far the referee was going to let them push, and he let them go quite far. They were often coming in with late challenges from behind, which if the referee's going to let you do it, then do it. And they really gave England a rough time. And England players did not like this. They didn't like having so much close attention. They didn't survive with being denied space, which is a very bad sign for later in the tournament. However, I doubt we'll play anyone as defensive as that as the tournament goes on. And also, I thought Ghana should have had a penalty when Konsa made a late challenge. I mean, it was late in terms of the ball had gone, but it was also very late in the game, a few minutes left. And I really thought we were lucky to get away with a draw in the end there. Although we did one or two chances we should have scored from. But overall, very creditable display by Ghana, especially the right back. I forget his name now, but covering Anthony Gordon, he was absolutely superb all over the pitch as well. So credit to Ghana there. They have 4 points. They are through to the second round. England will probably top this group. If we beat Panama, we will top the group. It looks like we probably just have to beat them 2-0 to top the group, I think. And maybe even only 1-0, actually. Yeah, I think only 1-0. So depending on, well, it depends if Ghana thrash Croatia. I mean, that's possible, I suppose. So um, in that's it. That's it. Croatia scraped a 1-0 win over Panama, and they have 3 points. So they'll be looking to get some points from Ghana in the last game to go through either as second or third place. Right. That was round two. Let's have a look how my fancy team did in round two. Well, I did pretty well here. I got 116 points. And I took some hits to make transfers. I got in Dest, Hincapié, Vinicius Junior, and Saibari of Morocco, and they all scored at least 9 points. So I was very happy with my instinctive transfers. Deliberately went out and took some hits because it's the World Cup. Who cares about losing points for hits? And it was the right decision in the end. At one point, I was in the top 100K, but I think during the last couple of games, my rank went down to 175K, which is pretty good. I think there's almost a couple of million players, so that's pretty good. The mini league, which I should have shown you last time, and people will say you didn't show it because you weren't winning it. I should have showed you this last time. But the mini league here, we have 6 teams in it. I'm 12 points in the lead from Googslow, which I think he's the Portuguese, my Portuguese follower from, I wouldn't call him a follower, I'm a Portuguese YouTube contact. So uh, he did very well here. Like me, he still had a Yarzabal and made him captain for that game. Still got Mbappe and Elise. Cucurella, Hernandez didn't get any points. And like me, he went for a 12th man that didn't get any points. So I had Rafinha, he had Kane, and both of us blew that chip. So that gives other players a chance if they haven't played that chip yet. Now, my advice to you, if you're playing the um, if you're playing World Cup fantasy football, get your wild card in for game week 3. I have played my wild card, and I'm going to explain why. Okay. Now, if you look at these fixtures for the third round of games, you'll see that some teams will definitely rotate their team. Morocco and Brazil will not rotate. They both need to win that group to get a favorable second round and quarterfinal draw. So Morocco and Brazil will play full strength teams. Mexico won't. They're through as group winners already. So Mexico will rotate. Germany will probably rotate against Ecuador, giving Ecuador a chance to scrape through, actually. But Germany could win with a understrength team as well. Netherlands will not rotate against Tunisia, but may take players off if they score a couple of goals. The USA will probably rotate. They are through as group winners, so they'll probably rotate there. France and Norway are playing each other to decide who wins the group. So France and Norway will probably play full strength teams, I imagine. However, I'm not interested in their players because I don't like the fixture, because there are better players you can get with easier fixtures. Now, Spain against Uruguay. Spain have to play to win this game to finish top of the group. So Spanish players, yes. Um, England now have to play. Now, this was the one I was hoping to select some England players on a basis that they would be rotated into the team. Now it's very difficult to know what selections Thomas Tuchel will make for this game. However, I would say that if they win the group, which is highly likely, they just have to beat Panama. They will play again on Tuesday evening. So this match is Saturday, late Saturday night. They're playing again on Tuesday evening or afternoon in America. So the chances of either rotating England players or substituting them very early is very high. So I don't honestly recommend getting England players for this third round unless, okay, I reckon he might well play Morgan Rogers. He might well start Morgan Rogers. I mean, Bellingham had a good game. Actually, I didn't think Bellingham in that good a game. He was awarded some sort of man of the match thing, and he, like you said, it should have gone to a defender from Ghana. It shouldn't have been him, but anyway, I thought first half he was pretty poor, to be honest, because he didn't like not having space and he just spent too long on the ball. Anyway, but I think there's a chance Morgan Rogers might play. I really don't know who's going to start for England. I think there's a chance he'll play an understrength team. I say understrength, our reserves are pretty good, and try to beat Panama with a weaker team than the one that started in the first 2 games. However, I have no idea. I mean, I don't know. And okay, Portugal need to win against Colombia. So if you have Portuguese players, that's fine. Argentina will rotate. As I've said, they've won the group. They will rotate. So that leaves us with certain teams that are really worth going for. Now, Netherlands against Tunisia, definitely 2 or 3 Netherlands players. Brazil and Morocco, definitely 2 or 3 Brazil players, 2 or 3 Morocco players. These fixtures should see them scoring goals, should see them keeping clean sheets. I even think Bosnia might be a shout home to Qatar for a clean sheet, but they really aren't that great. Um, so I'm looking at Netherlands, Brazil, Morocco, and possibly Spain as my main drawing from for this wild card. Now, this is what I've come up with. I've got the Netherlands keeper Verbruggen and the Cote d'Ivoire keeper because their final game is against Curacao. So I've got those two in there. I've got Danilo in defense, who's less than 5% owned, so scouting bonus possible. Hakimi and Riyadh of Morocco, good bets for clean sheets. And I think South Korea against South Africa are also a good bet for a clean sheet. So I've got Sol Young Woo in there with Twanzebe of DRC against Uzbekistan as my other defender. At the minute, this will not be my final team, by the way. I'm actually, I mean, the first fixture is tonight at 8 o'clock, and I will review this later on today. This is my first draft that I made yesterday, and I've got Rodgers and Rashford in here. That will not stay the same. However, most of these players that you're seeing in the first 11 will. So Saibari, Vinicius, Cunha. The problem with having three Brazil and three Morocco is that they're all playing at the same time. So you can't change the captain from one to another. However, I'm so positive about their fixtures that I don't mind. I'm going to make Vinicius my captain. I think Cunha will probably start, and he does seem very sharp. I've got Lamine Yamal against Uruguay at the moment. I think he will start. I think it's a big game for Spain. I don't necessarily play the whole game, but he does look really, really good. And of course, he's a world class, possibly the best player in the world right now, given that he's coming up to his prime, whereas some of the other greats in the world are not in their prime. I think Yamal could well be the best player in the world as we stand. And I'm going to stay with Oyarzabal. I never know how to pronounce this in Spanish. Is it Oyarzabal or Oyarzabal? If anybody knows, please let me know. Not that it matters. As I say, don't worry how you pronounce foreign names. If you go to Spain, they won't be pronouncing English names properly. Most countries won't. Don't worry about it. I've got Amad Diallo at the moment for Ivory Coast against Curacao. I think that's a good bet. Uh, and I've got a couple of England players. I'm not going to stick with these. So I'll have to work out a few changes to this later in the day, but that's how it's going to go. So remember now, we've got the third round of fixtures, games going on at the same time. This is going to be crazy. Tonight, we've got six games. So we've got two at 8 o'clock, two at 11 o'clock, two at 2 o'clock in the morning. And by that time, groups A, B, and C will all be decided. This is the business end of the group stage. I hate it when broadcasters use the business end of the season, but I've just done it, so I'm a complete hypocrite. Right. Bosnia against Qatar is a big game because Bosnia could get 4 points and finish third and go through. So that is a big get. These are the only thing you can say about this system with third place teams going through. It does make it a bit rubbish because nobody goes out, hardly anyone goes out of the group stage. But this game would be a dead rubber if it was two teams going through at this point. Bosnia, Qatar, it would be a dead rubber. I might even watch this game instead of Switzerland, Canada, although this is also big. This is big for Canada because if Canada don't finish top of their group, they don't play in Canada in the second round. So they'll be looking to win this game against Switzerland and finish top of the group. I think a draw is good enough for Canada because of their goal difference. Don't quote me on that, but I think it is. Okay. Okay. 11 o'clock. I don't know which one I'm going to watch out of these. I should watch Brazil, Scotland. I do feel like Morocco, Haiti will be more of a goal fest. I think Brazil will try and keep it tight. I mean, Scotland will try and keep it tight against Brazil. And of course, if there's any chance of Scotland scraping a draw in this game, it will be extremely exciting come the second half. So yeah, I'll probably switch to that if Brazil are not winning. Then at 2 o'clock in the morning, I won't be staying up for these. Mexico already through playing Czechia. South Africa playing South Korea. Like I say, I think South Korea will win this against South Africa. Presumably Mexico's weaker team will beat Czechia because Czechia have looked pretty poor, but then who knows? Czechia could end up with a jammy third place um, going through to the next round. Next So that's tonight. Tomorrow night, we've got two games at 9 o'clock within the Germany group. I think Cote d'Ivoire, Curacao could be worth watching, see if Cote d'Ivoire can win that. Then at midnight, Netherlands playing Tunisia and Japan against Sweden. That's a good game, but probably a bit late for me then. 3 o'clock in the morning, the USA group finishes. Group D, and Turkey already out playing the USA while Paraguay play Australia. So in the next, what, I wouldn't say 48 hours, in the next 3 days, we're going to see as many as I don't know how many games and five groups finishing. So Norway, France, 8 o'clock on Friday evening. It's great for Friday night entertainment while Senegal play Iraq. Then Spain's final game at 1 in the morning. Cabo Verde against Saudi. I'm going to stay up for that. Oh, I can't. I'm working on Saturday morning. Oh no. I can't watch that one. Okay, then New Zealand, Belgium, Egypt, Iran at 4 in the morning. And England play 10 o'clock on Saturday night against Panama, while Croatia will be looking to try to go through against Ghana. Same for Ghana. Um, and on Sunday, Portugal finished their group stage with a Saturday night at midnight 30. Lisbon will be alive for that one. Colombia, that's going to be great. And also DRC will be looking to beat Uzbekistan to go through to the next round. If they beat them, great stuff. And then finally, the Argentina group finishes in the middle of the night. And really, I couldn't care less about that group at this stage. It just doesn't interest me at all. So, um, lots of games to look forward to. I hope you've been enjoying it as much as I have. I really have been enjoying this World Cup enormously for most of the time. Some of the games have not been that great to watch, but then there's also been a lot of drama involved, even sometimes when the game's not been good. So remember that this is the middle of the most congested period of the World Cup, where the group stages you get a lot of games one after the other, especially now with the two at the same time, and then you get the second round games, which also will be very quickly in succession because you've got a round of 32. So we're kind of in the middle of the jam-packed part of it. So enjoy it as much as you can, because it won't, once it gets to quarterfinals, there's not so many games, despite the fact the games are, of course, bigger and more exciting. So I hope you can tell that I'm very excited by this World Cup. Loving it. Hoping England can do better on Saturday against Panama. Good luck to you and your country. If your country is in the World Cup, good luck to you, and have a great end of the week. See you soon.